the first segment, you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything. And I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected. That woke is a word used by the Black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words
and
migrate.
So why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice. Who's not for that? But words do migrate.
At all concerned about the fact that the International Criminal Court just today issued a subpoena for Bibi Netanyahu?
Well, that's...
Bill Maher didn't just debate Sunny Hostin, he dismantled her and the entire woke Hollywood crowd with surgical precision and the flair of a seasoned roast master. His takedown was so sharp, it left jaws on the floor. The irony, both Maher and Hostin are left-leaning, yet Maher made it crystal clear he's done playing by the woke rulebook, and he made sure Hostin got the message loud and clear.
Segment, you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything, and I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected.
So, what exactly did Maher say that sent the woke warriors and Hollywood elites into full meltdown mode? And what does this fiery clash really mean for the left's internal civil war? Buckle up, because we're about to spill all the tea. And trust me, you won't want to miss this.
Any doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left? Watching people protest for a terrorist organization like Hamas? That straightened me up pretty.
Bill Maher recently appeared on The View to promote his latest book, but what was supposed to be a simple PR visit quickly turned into a verbal firefight. The left-leaning Maher shocked everyone by calling out his own side, and no one saw it coming. It was barbecue night, and the woke mob was on the grill. The sparks began to fly when Sunny Hostin tried to corner Maher, questioning why he was weaponizing the term woke.
Me that in the first segment you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything, and I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected. So the term woke has been, in my view, co-opted by the right and weaponized and bastardized, and so I was surprised to hear you use the term, because historically, as you know, because I think you're quite brilliant, that woke is a word used by the Black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words
and
migrate.
So why is that a bad thing?
Hostin thought she was playing chess, subtly trying to paint Maher as a hypocrite, a man attacking the very culture he's part of. But Maher wasn't born yesterday. He saw right through her setup like glass and had no intention of falling for the woke mob's favorite trick, twisting words to trap their opponents.
And originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice. Who's not for that? But words do migrate. Now, I'll use any term you want, because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't know. Want to call it the super far left?
Bill Maher's first move was pure genius. He sidestepped Hostin's trap by explaining that language evolves, and words often change meaning over time. He clarified that he wasn't using woke in its original sense, but in the distorted version, the far left has turned it into... Hostin likely expected Maher to crumble under her hypocrisy charge, but instead, she walked straight into his setup. Maher flipped the script and made her taste the very trap she tried to spring on him.
Don't tell me that the left hasn't changed. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when it was the conservatives who hated the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a joke. But,
too dark.
Well, maybe it is, but it's true. I mean, you know, if I had any doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left, watching people protest for a terrorist organization like Hamas, that straightened me up pretty quick.
Did you catch that? Here's Bill Maher, a proud liberal, admitting he got a serious wake-up call when he saw the woke mob openly voicing support for the terrorist group Hamas. Yes, Hamas, the same group notorious for claiming that Israel doesn't deserve to exist and should be wiped off the map. Charming, right? But it gets worse. Their hateful ideology has fueled repeated attempts to eradicate Jews, both in the region and beyond. And yet, somehow, today's so-called woke warriors are pointing fingers at Israelis for merely existing while cheering on Hamas's twisted mission. Maher, despite his liberal roots, was just as stunned by this madness as the rest of us.
I mean, it's just astounding to me that they can't tell the good guys from the bad guys. I mean, just morally. I mean, let me tell you, if you're for Hamas, just live in Gaza for a day. And I'm not talking about while the war is on. I mean, before the war. Trust me, you would go running and screaming and begging to live in Tel Aviv. A place that has your values.
Maher hit the nail on the head when he pointed out that most of the women on The View, including Hostin, would choose to live in Israel over Palestine any day. Why? because Israel's values closely align with those of American society. The truth is, none of the self-proclaimed woke crowd would survive under Palestine's strict laws that strip women of their basic freedoms. Maher didn't hold back, exposing their blatant double standards. They shout against Israel, yet wouldn't last 5 minutes living under Palestine's oppressive regime. By highlighting the stark contrast in women's rights between the two regions, Maher left the woke mob visibly rattled.
Women have no, this is a show watched by a lot of women. Women have no rights in this place, and a lot of majority Muslim countries around the world. There is no equal rights as far as speech, dress, opportunities for education, reproductive rights, freedom from sexual violence, freedom from sexual harassment.
The LGBTQ community. Yes.
That too. But you throw around the term apartheid. There is a gender apartheid in a lot of the world, where women are second-class citizens, at best.
Maher landed another knockout by spotlighting the gender rights gap in many Muslim-majority countries, the same places the woke warriors often defend. He effectively told Hostin and her allies to book a one-way ticket and see for themselves how women are marginalized across society. That line was a quiet but crushing uppercut that left Hostin and the panel scrambling. They tried the innocent bystander routine to trap him again, but Maher didn't fold, and if they thought they'd rattle him, they were in for a harsh reality check.
Concerned about the innocent civilians that have been collectively punished and murdered, largely children and women. And are you at all concerned about the fact that the International Criminal Court just today issued a subpoena for Bibi Netanyahu?
Hostin realized that Bill Maher had completely dismantled her earlier argument, the one questioning why a true leftist like him wouldn't support woke culture. So, she shifted tactics, trying to paint Maher as someone who condones violence against innocent civilians. It was a classic woke maneuver. When logic fails, attack someone's morality. But Maher was ready. He fired back with another sharp rebuttal that shattered both Hostin's narrative and the woke playbook itself. And here's where Maher made a brilliant move you'll definitely want to pay attention to.
It's ridiculous, but it's a war.
Why?
It's a war. Because it's a war and they were attacked and they're defending themselves. Now, this is a war. Do you think Hamas needs to be destroyed?
Hostin quickly realized Maher had just torched her earlier argument about why a true leftist like him wouldn't support woke culture. So, in a last-ditch effort, she tried to paint him as someone who supports violence against innocent civilians, a classic woke tactic. When their arguments collapse under scrutiny, they shift to moral grandstanding, but Maher saw it coming from a mile away. He fired back with a devastating response that blew apart Hostin's weak strategy and the entire woke playbook. And here's the kicker. Maher's counter wasn't just sharp. It was a masterclass in how to handle these kinds of setups. Pay close attention, folks.
Question.
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
So how do we get that with a ceasefire?
All right. So Hamas needs to be destroyed because they are a terrorist organization who say openly that they want to commit genocide on the Jewish people, on the state of Israel. That's what from the river to the sea means. Okay? And they say it very openly. They said, we did this attack. They've attacked Israel 5 times. They've started 5 wars since they were given that land back. They could have chosen to turn that place into any place they wanted to, and they took a lot of money that they took from the international community and they spent it on bombs and guns and building tunnels. So if they need to be destroyed, how do we do that? It's a war. I don't know how to do that, and you don't know how to do that. I assume the Israeli... Of course, everybody is, but that's what happens in a war. Here's a way to stop that. Stop attacking Israel.
And there it was, a truth bomb dropped with Bill Maher's signature.com precision. Notice how everyone applauded, except Hostin. She felt the heat and sat there like a drenched cat on a freezing night. Maher dismantled the woke narrative so completely that even Hostin's fellow panelists and the mostly left-leaning studio audience couldn't help but applaud his brilliance. Maher knows the woke playbook inside and out, and he exposes its absurdity with surgical precision. But he wasn't done yet. When Whoopi asked whether the media twists the news to push a narrative, Maher delivered his final and most masterful strike. Listen to this.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And it's narrative over truth. You know,
Yes.
I mean, it's not like when I hear people talk on either side of it, I always think they're lying. They're just telling me half of it.
Yeah.
And I never trust them anywhere until I check out the other half.
Once again, Bill Maher went straight for the jugular, tearing into the woke agenda, or as he cleverly called it, the narrative of truth. For the ultra-left, truth has never been the priority. Their real mission is forcing their narrative down everyone's throat. No questions allowed. Facts are sacrificed for convenience, and anyone who dares to disagree gets canceled and erased. That's exactly why Maher refuses to join the woke bandwagon. It's packed with people driven by hidden motives, determined to dismantle the very cultural and traditional foundation America was built on. Maher's courage sent shockwaves through the studio, even earning nods of respect from viewers on the right. And Hostin, her face said it all. She looked like she'd seen a ghost and couldn't wait to escape. Still, she wasn't ready to let Maher have the final word. So she made one last desperate attempt, accusing him of abandoning his liberal values. But once again, Maher had the perfect comeback, locked and loaded.
School liberals, which I would mostly count myself as, old school conservatives, there's still some of those
You've
left.
changed, though.
Wait, what are the other two? Go ahead.
Well,
what are the other two?
well, that's what that's what I was trying to find out in this book. I don't think I have. And you know, we were saying in the break, we have to come up with a new word for woke. Let's have a contest, because this is a word that's triggering. But I mean, those concepts that are different than they were 5 years ago.
Maher made it clear that he's an old-school liberal, one who believes in genuine social justice, not the kind that keeps people trapped in their misery. He explained that his philosophy stands in stark contrast to the woke crowd, who think people should be coddled in their struggles, even when it's clearly harming them. To drive the point home, Maher gave a perfect example. A true liberal would work to get homeless people off the streets and into safe, comfortable shelters. The woke mob, on the other hand, would rather leave them there on the sidewalks, demanding that everyone else tolerate the inconvenience. And if you dare to question it, you're immediately canceled.
Was a term that I thought we kind of came up with, because people were calling them bums and vagrants and hobos.
Yeah, now that's
homeless.
good.
Now,
No, it's unhoused.
Well, it's
now.
people
Unhoused.
experiencing homelessness. But they're experiencing it on the street.
Yeah.
Okay, the liberal view of that was, for compassion's sake, we're the liberals, we're compassion. Let's get these people off the street. That's not the view of the, whatever word we're going to come up with for this. Their view of the homeless is they're an endangered species that needs to be protected in their natural habitat, living their best life under.
Maher's blend of courage, wit, and sarcasm on The View was nothing short of brilliant. Viewers couldn't stop praising him for putting the woke mob squarely in their place. One fan wrote, "I've never seen anyone dismantle the liberal woke narrative so calmly and eloquently while leaving the entire panel speechless." Others echoed that sentiment, joining Maher in calling out the hypocrisy of woke culture. One commenter summed it up perfectly. "Unbelievable how hypocritical these women are. It's comical that they complain about the media not telling both sides, when 90% of it already favors them, and their own show never tells the other side." Sunny Hostin also drew criticism for her underhanded tactics, with viewers pointing out, Sunny needs to stop putting words in people's mouths, saying they said things they never did. Total gaslighting. Bill Maher's appearance on The View wasn't just a chat, it was a masterclass in dismantling woke hypocrisy. From the moment Hostin tried to corner him, Maher handled her like a pro. Calm, precise, and devastatingly effective. The woke mob never saw it coming, and judging by their collective meltdown, they're still reeling from the fallout. Interestingly, Maher didn't stop there. His sharp critiques aren't limited to woke culture. He's also taken aim at political leaders who enable far-left agendas. During the show, he even took a jab at President Biden, questioning his age and whether it's affecting his ability to effectively lead the nation.
Biden just presents as old. It's not really fair.
No.
Because he's almost the same age. Trump is almost the same age as him.
I know.
But Trump doesn't present that way. You know, you look at somebody right away, you can kind of just sum them up. I mean, we are not young, but we don't present as old.
Yeah.
Biden does. I saw him yesterday making that speech.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, he's good.
Ouch, that one had to sting. Being called incompetent and unfit to lead the most powerful nation on earth is harsh enough. But being compared to a corpse while you're still breathing, that's roastable mastery. Maher's jab also fed into the growing belief that Biden isn't truly the one calling the shots in the White House, that he's more of a puppet while the real decision-makers operate behind the scenes. Maher's appearance on The View wasn't just a headache for the woke crowd, it was a full-blown migraine. His razor-sharp wit and devastating comebacks left Sunny Hostin looking like she wished the floor would swallow her whole. By the time Maher dropped his final truth bomb, Hostin's arguments were in ashes, and the woke narrative lay completely shattered. They never stood a chance. And that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more epic takedowns of woke hypocrisy. See you in the next one.